Hey, I saw a quote which said nothing can be gained without losing, even heavens demand a death. So every single thing in your life needs to sacrifice, need that you lose a part of your life to make something great. So sometimes wins can't be without failures, and even sometimes the success or whatever it is you want to change, you have to lose a part of yourself. And I already said it before, you have to let it go, and if you want to change, you have to accept that you will lose yourself. And this is the part of the lose that we're talking about here. And even people don't talk about that. They always tell you to change, move, why you stay here, why you like stuck in this bad situation and you're not trying to do something else. And they don't tell you that you have to accept the situation what you are now. Like when you want to change, of course you're gonna say it's gonna be good, not gonna be that bad, like you're just gonna say, oh my god, I will tomorrow be another person just when I start to change my like routine and stuff. But the problem is not the routine, it's the person that you are becoming. Like it's kind of like teenagers. If you see like the teenagers, most of the time it's like a phase that happens in the human body, from a baby, from a kid to an adult, So this change and this becoming, as they say, that becoming, it really needs a sacrifice. Like you're changing, and that switch, that part between what you was before and what you will be in the future, this gap, this person, this time, all this period and phase, it's kind of like hard to accept the situation that you are in. You don't know yourself anymore, you don't know what situation you are in. It's like a kind of panic. And let me tell you something, here the trick, every single person, they go away and they give up on this part specifically. There's people, we all want to be something, we all have dreams. These few people, they try to do it, but when they try to do it, here's the thing, that come the gap between the changing of what we was before, the familiar, and what we will experience for in the future. So this period here, just few people will stay, and most of them, they will quit and just give up. And that's how you can make the difference between a person that you really want that thing and the person that he was like just passing time or just figure out if it's really gonna work for him or not. So genuinely, this phase, it's kind of like hard to control it, and it's not easy at all. Like I said, it's like a teenager. When the teenager change, his whole body, his face, acne, like all holy bad things happen on the body and the face, and it's kind of like messy, The becoming is really messy. It needs someone who have big vision and try to understand the reality that this part from your life is not gonna stay forever. It's just like a period. You just like experience it, you try to get used to it, and you will like be in a position on your mind, like kind of trying to save you. They tell you like this place is so complicated, like this, I don't know this thing that you're doing, like what you're doing, man. And you just wanted to go back like you was before, and you gave up. And that situation is kind of like happen when we want to learn something, everything that wants to go to the opposite. Like imagine you are in something, you want to be opposite. So can you imagine like the difference between two different opposite things? Like for example, if you want to turn your hair from like color black to a blonde color, like you have to change by doing that blonde thing, because like like do the blonde stuff in your head and in your hair, so you can change the color. I know it looked like a weird example, you're gonna say like what she's talking about, but know that mind have elasticity. I hope I say it right. And it's kind of like do some neurons. It be more stronger when you repeat that thing. So in that situation, whatever you are in, when you want to change and you just like, you know, you're in that gap and you have different ways to act. So if you every single time you want to learn something and you just start, and of course you're gonna feel that gap and that phase of not being sure what you're doing and not even understanding who you are and what you're doing exactly, and feeling so dumb. So like you have like, you know, you will choose one thing. If you choose the way of being afraid and just like give up and back to your old habits and just give up, your neurons will get used to that way. So of course every single time you will repeat it again and again and again, so your mind elasticity will used to be like with that way, you know, like choosing the bad escape and trying to always save you in that way. But if you just try, sometimes hard, because the other way is kind of like hard, you know, when we was like child and we was watching a TV, and that was like two ways, the ways that are looking so kind of weird and hard, but at the final there is heaven, and the other way when it's like there's flowers and butterflies and everything's beautiful. So like most of people go to that way, you know, like they just try to choose the easy beautiful way, and the bad way, and it's kind of like that, but at the final you have like a beautiful ending. It's kind of like hard and challenging, and when you just like get used to it and you choose it finally, like your life is really gonna change. Because imagine like your elasticity, your mind will have the way that you choose, which is hard at the first place, and after you have a beautiful ending, it will choose it and it will be easy in next time. I know that I'm using my hand as an Italian. Anyway, so that's what I want to say. Like I want you to understand that, because it's really important and it's science, and I wanted to complicate your mind about that. Even like I'm so good in science. I really like science. It was much funny than mathematics. Anyway, it's another subject. I guess I will do that table and make you like understand more. I really like have a table here. I don't know, like is it like interesting that I do that? If you know, let me in the comments, tell me if I do. And science thing like that in the table, I guess it's gonna be more easier to understand the elasticity. Anyway, so yeah, I told you, it's like just you have to choose, you have to know about the elasticity thing, because when you know that really there is something that will change you, and that it's not like gonna be forever, you will be lost and you know what to do and everything is like complicated. No, it's just like a few of time you will figure out how to do it, and finally you know the way that it was harder before, it's gonna be more easier. And just when you will used to it, your mind will really like this thing and will do it again and again and again, and every single time you will start a new task, a new habit, whatever, a new thing in your life, it will be much easier to stay in this task and do it. And of course, like try to find some, it's kind of like sometimes also I didn't say that you have to like this thing, because if you don't like it, when you feel dumb, when you just learn something that's not interesting at all, of course like you wanna give up because it's so boring and you know that you don't like it. So of course like you're not gonna put that much effort to choosing the hard way and trying to build your elasticity of your mind. So you have to pick a really good thing and focus on it, and something that you really like it's really enjoying to do something that you really like. And yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say about this subject because I hate that like every single time we start something, people don't tell us about this phase. It's normal. Like feeling dumb when you want to learn, it's normal. Feeling any single bad thing when you want to do something new or something opposite to the feeling that was before, wherever it is in every single part of this life, you will feel so frustrated.